Welcome to the SignWriting stream, where we show, teach, and demo all about Sutton SignWriting. Welcome to this episode, the Sutton SignWriting Core package, Part 1. We're going to talk about formal SignWriting symbols and coordinates. Let's get started. First, all of the symbols that we use in SignWriting are part of a set called the International SignWriting Alphabet 2010, or abbreviated the ISWA 2010. We released this in 2010, and it's been stable since release. SignWriting, it's an unusual script because the symbols of the script, it's not used sequentially. It's used spatially in two dimensions. Two dimensions, we're talking about X, Y coordinates. Most other scripts use a sequentialist of individual symbols that may or may not morph and connect when they're used in combination. But SignWriting is different, because the writer decides the placement of the symbols on a two-dimensional canvas. The symbols, let's take a look. We are going to explore the symbols, and we're going to check out the FSW character set. Here are all of the symbols. There should be 652 top level, and each symbol you can select, and you can see all of the fills for the palm changes, or you have the going down for the rotations. Each of these symbols has a unique name. This symbol right here is S100-2C. All of these symbols on this page are going to start with the S100, and then they'll have a fill value and a possible rotation value. You can scroll through the symbols, and you can access the 7 categories or the 30 groups. So, when we're reading SignWriting, what we want to do is we want to see it properly laid out in lanes and signs. We're not there yet with our two-dimensional font, but we have our character set of ASCII, FSW, and ASCII, and this is what it looks like. This is a live demonstration, so you can set the style. You can also animate it. This is what SignWriting would look like if we had to telegraph. All right, we are talking about symbols. Let's check out 2 symbols that we're going to enter here. The first is just the first symbol in the whole set, which is S10000. Now, for that first index hand shape, we're going to do the last one as well, which is S100-5F. So if we want to match these symbols, the first is we want to match the S character. We've got 2 matches. It's going to be followed by 100. So far we can match both symbols just fine. The next thing is it can be 0 through 5. With regular expressions, 0 through 5. With regular expressions, we don't have to say exact characters, we can give a range. Or for this last one, we're going to do 0 through 9, and then A through F. And we found both A through F. We find both symbols. All right, now we're talking about coordinates. For each of these symbols, it can appear at a position. Let's say 500 by 500. All right. So how do we match numbers? Let's clear that out. Now, if we want to match a number, we can do 0 through 9. And we have 11 matches. All right. But our numbers always have 3 digits, so we can use this special notation and say we want 3 of those. 3 of those. All right. Now, formal SignWriting in ASCII, we don't use commas. What we do is replace commas with X's. So if we want to match a formal SignWriting in ASCII coordinate, we match the 3-digit number followed by the X, and then we can follow it find more numbers. And we want 3 of them. And as you can see, we found our 1 match. Now this is also more flexible, so any coordinate like 480 by 520 matched as well. All right, symbols and coordinates. Let's go over to the core package. Sorry about that, scroll all the way up. Sutton SignWriting Core package on GitHub. If you want to take a look at the source, you can take a look in the src directory. If you just want to get a release, you can go to the release and you can get the development source code or the distribution that contains the files that you'll use in your code. All right, the core package. You can see that there are 6 modules in the core package. 5 of them all follow the same pattern, and that is RE for regular expressions, and then there's parse and compose. We're going to look at the parse and compose functions for FSW. You can find some useful links. There's the source, there's the distribution that you can link live in your any web page or as well. We have our documentation, which is very nice. Let me open that up. Issue tracker, discussion. The core package, it's written in small ES modules and small functions. It's, like I said, in the source directory. We also package it up for distribution, and that's files that you can use for development. We have 3 different kinds. There's the UMD, or Universal Module Definition. There's CommonJS, and there's also the ES modules. You can take a look at our files, the extension JS, CJS, MJS. All right, let's do our first step, which we are going to download and install with npm, and that is npm install at Sutton SignWriting /core. So let's start that up. So npm install at Sutton Core. All right, we had a complaint that we didn't have a package.json file, but that's fine. Let's take a look in our directory, and we can see it added a node modules. Let's take a quick look at that. So tree, node modules, we're going to do 3 levels. And in our node modules, we have our at Sutton SignWriting group, and then inside that we have our core, and inside that we have all of our files. You can see the CJS, JS, MJS, so you can pick what kind of file you want. All right, let's go back to our instructions, and let's use it in Node. To use in Node, we're going to import the entire library, and that's going to be constant core equals require at Sutton SignWriting Core. So let's copy the statement and get back here. All right, clear. So first we need to get into Node. All right, now we can paste our statement. And now we have our core function that we can check out. Let's do core dot. We're looking about FSW, and we want to check out the regular expressions. And you can see symbol, here's the full definition of a symbol, and a coordinate, here's the full definition of a coordinate. This should make a little sense, because for a coordinate, we want a number 0 through 9, 3 of them, followed by an X, followed by a number 0 to 9, and 3 of them. And we make more complicated regular expressions that are all based off of basically just symbol and coordinate. These regular expressions are pre-compiled, but if you look at the source, let's go back up here to the distribution. We'll go in the source directory, FSW. Here are all of our small functions that get packaged, but we are concerned about FSW re.js. Here's the entire Regular expression set. Again, we have our symbol, we have our coordinate, we have our A for sorting, and we have our box for generic B box or left, middle, and right. All of our other regular expressions are actually defined using these four basic sets. So this is a prefix is a sort character, which is A, followed by symbols. If you see the plus sign, that means one or more. We can define spatial symbols, a sign box, sortable, all kinds of things. All right. So what shall we do first? Parse and compose. All right. core.fsw.parse.symbol. Let's do that first symbol that we were talking about. And it gives us three things. It gives us a symbol, it gives us a coordinate, and a style. Because if we were going to give it a full example, let's give it the coordinate 500, 500. Styling string we'll talk about later, but just to show you, when you parse it, it gets put into this object of symbol, coordinate, and style. If we're going to core.fsw.parse assign, let's go grab one from our website. We'll just grab this first one right here. Copy. So we're going to paste our sign in. Now, let's actually send this to a object. So we'll do that same statement. We'll just say var obj equals. All right, obj. Let's take a look at it. We have a sequence, and this is going to be used for sorting, and here are the symbol keys. Our box is M. Our max coordinate is 525 by 535. We have a bunch of spatials. Let's take a closer look at the spatials. obj.spatials. All right, we have a symbol, this symbol, at a coordinate, this coordinate. We have a symbol, this symbol, at coordinate. Symbols and coordinates, that's all it is. All right, let's take another look at okay. So, we have our object. Let's change our object. If we do obj.box, rather than being in the middle lane, let's put it in the left lane. All right, we change it, obj. As you can see, our box is now L. Now, like I said, parse and compose. We already parsed our string into an object. Now we need to return the object back to a string. So it's the same, core.fsw.compose.sign. And we just send it the object. Here is the string that is returned. If you notice, alphabetical, and right from here to there. That's our sequence. S10011, right there. S10019, right there. That's all it is. We look, our box is L, we updated that, followed by the max coordinate, which is right there. 525, X 535, which is basically the array of these two numbers. And then right here we have all of our spatials. S2E748. Oh, that's right there. And that is at position 483 X5 by 510. All right. Well, that should get you started. Regular expressions, parsing and composing. For the Sutton SignWriting Core, that's what we're talking about. We talked about today the FSW, Formal SignWriting and ASCII character set, which is isomorphic. That means it contains the same exact values or same exact information as SignWriting and Unicode, SWU. Yeah, in future episodes, we'll talk more about the core package. If you have any questions, please stop by our Getter or join our Facebook group, Sutton SignWriting. And I hope you ask me questions and that you join the community. You take care.